Thanks, Sagar. It was a great experience. And he gave very much crucial something new to me as well for the long-term investing. And it was great to see some examples as well how it works. So I particularly don't use any indicator, but definitely I'll be backtesting those things, and it will be really helpful. So before I speak something about scalping or index, there are many more things involved in that. So which people don't talk ideally. People just come and share you the setup that ऐसा करो and this will work out. So there are many things involved. So whenever I start my day, first of all you need to be clear what exactly you want for that particular day. Right? So many people they have made profit, but on the same day they have ended in loss. So that's the basic psychological disadvantage they have. I mean, they are trading in a good way, but they don't know where to end their day. So let's say if your highest profit is 5,000 rupees, and in some good day of yours, and you made like in first 1 hour of the market you made 5,000 rupees, but you feel tempted. Okay, I made 5,000 rupees in 1 hour. So what I do in the next 5 hours, right? So you don't have any goals defined for that. So I particularly used to trade that way initially, but that has been changed because you have to define your particular goals for a day, like how much risk you'll take, how much money you will be making for the market. Like if I'm risking 2,000 rupees, I should be aiming 4,000, 6,000 rupees in intraday. If that's happening, either way, if I'm getting 2,000 rupees loss, I'll accept the loss, I'll move out of the market. Because that's not end of the market. You have a fresh day tomorrow. So if you have a minimal losses, so you'll be able to come back very strong. So in this way, I figured out a way where I can have a minimal losses. Rather than chasing and recovering those 2,000 rupees in particular day, it's better to come back strong, fresh. So I particularly in index just focus on two things. One is, as we all know, in a particular day, index will be very trending, right? And we all be taken by surprise, like how much point it has moved up. And अब और कितना ऊपर जाएगा? या फिर अगर नीचे आता तो we'll be like अब कितना नीचे आ सकता है? What support it will take? And in that fashion, what happens is, we go against the psychology. It's like, if the index is falling, we try to look for a buy option, which is completely wrong. In that case, if index is falling 800 points and you are looking for a buy opportunity, basically you are missing a good trend, which is going downside. So that's the problem with the people. The psychology is not right for index trading. Secondly, they see a huge money being made by many good traders in index, but they don't see the process they are following. So the process they follow is like, they have years of experience in the market. So scalping I have developed from equities. It doesn't came up with index directly. I started with equities, and equities used to test a lot of patience. I mean, if you start trading in equities in intraday, you feel like if any point you want to capture, like 5 point, 10 points, it takes a maximum quantity that if I see a breakout, if I see a good pattern in that, and accordingly I can cut the trade very quickly. For example, let's say Friday market, PSU banks were performing very good. Like they moved up like 10%, 15%. So the recent trade I took in PSU bank is IDFC first. So the trade was pretty simple. I kept the order at the higher side. So whenever the higher side was broken, the risk was just 20 paisa. And in a single move, it gave me 60 paisa. But if you see 60 paisa, if you have just put in 100 quantities, you won't be satisfied. You'll be like you're getting 600 rupees. If you want to start scalping, first you need to have a skill of picking the market. Like you should be knowing where exactly the market would be moving tomorrow. So it is not magic, it comes with experience. So let's say range it is consolidating in last 3 days. So let's say if it gives a breakout, right? So what people try to do is they don't accept the breakout, right? So you have to be ready in what point market can go directional, in what point market can be in range bound. So let's say if it reaches 37,400 and again faces a rejection, that means it is a clear sign that again it would be in that particular range. It is not at all breaking upside, not at all breaking downside. So in that scenario, always look for a short opportunity at resistance and buy opportunity at the support. As simple as that. And if it breaks out any range and sustains over 15 minutes time frame, it is a clear indication that you can go for a range breakout. That means you can go for a directional market. So in that case, you can put in for a directional trades and then go about. So this is how I keep the setup pretty simple. I mean, I particularly look for a day, very next day, what exactly market can behave. So if you have a range, so look for a range breakout. If it is not breaking, so you can go for a scalp. Equities, you don't get a drop of 10 points in any stock. Let's say if you play around with 5,000 quantity, 1,000 quantity, it doesn't drop like 10 points in a single second. wherein in index premium drops like anything. So that's all about it. I basically play around more on psychology rather than focusing too many things and speculating too many things. ऐसा होगा. So I let market decide what exactly market wants. Start with equities, target stocks, wherein you can look for a small capture. 5 minutes candle completion, 15 minutes candle completion. In that scenario, you can capture a good move. So once you have a good hang of it, come to index, but index again you start with 25, 50 points. Don't go with 100, 200, 500 points. And once you have a hang of it, you have an idea of how to trade in range. So scalping is purely when the market is range bound, where most of the people think that it would be direction. And that's why they lose money. Right? So they look for a support breakdown, but it puts a support and comes back again. It takes your asset. Though you were getting a small profit, but then you don't take a profit away because you feel that abhi aur ja sakta hai. But when actually it goes, you run out very good. So that's the basic game changing in my setup. So if sometimes we go live, we can have a scalping live. Basically, that would be very easy to understand practically, I feel, not theoretically. So that's all about it. If anyone has any question regarding psychology, I can explain. Similarly, when for buyers, the fresh buyers will come in only if the resistance has been taken out and it has been sustained. So buyers are picking up the market from the bottom, right? They know their exit points, psychology. Somewhere some sellers is sitting over here and they are hammering the market from that. Right? So in that case, what happens is I play around not deep in the money, I play around close in the money. Let's say 37,400. So I play around 37,300. So in that bounce from support till resistance, the premium shoots up like anything because of delta and all those things. So if you just go and short at that point, seeing a rejection, you get a very good decay point in that particular single candle itself. OTMs hardly moves. So for rainbow market, OTMs are the sellers who are making a consolidation range. They are playing around the range. But if you are going for a naked selling, you can look for ITM and handle in the rainbow. So only seeing a rejection and seeing a support bounce, you can go with short of C and P. Only after confirmation. Not like just it reaches the point and you short the market. It doesn't play around.
For example,
closing.
Yeah. What if the at support it get consolidated? Then the figure will get the stop loss.
No, in sideways market I don't go for directional trades. I simply go for the scalping. So let's say either the candle can be a big enough from the bounce or it can be a small enough, right? So if it is a big enough, you'll get 60-70 points in BN easily. But if it is small enough, you'll get 15-20 points. It's like 1:1 you'll get definitely in that scenario, in the follow-up candle.
How much is your SL usually?
SL is basically the low of that particular candle. Equities, and then December, January I started with Bank Nifty. So Bank Nifty I purely focused on expiry days because that's where I feel like the premium is very low and you get a very good return on that particular day with a small investment. So I had a very continuous 8 to 10 continuous green expiry. That was very deep green. So it was like 20k turn into 1.5 something, right? So I got the benefit of that particular profits to risk in the scalping. You can use for selling. You can start learning selling and go in the money selling, which I started doing right now. So apart from buying, I started doing in the money selling in the trending market. So that is with the trend. So if the market is moving upside, if you have 3 back-to-back green candles, definitely you will see a rejection. So if that rejection, the decay of the C is very good. So in that particular candle, you can scalp and down.
Actually, scalping, you actually manually keep the stop loss?
Yeah, manually keep this. Not necessary.
So what if big?
So you have to be very reflexive, very quick. I mean, you have to be like this in scalping. So scalpings are like 15, 50 seconds, 1 minute, 1.5 minute. That's it. Yeah. So it moves very quick. The target is 1:1. If you're keeping 15 rupees SL mentally, so if you get 15 rupees, 12 rupees, you have to be out of the market. No, it doesn't happen. Premium doesn't move like that in a second. We need market to define the range. So let market settle, 10:30, 11 market settles. It gives you a pretty good range. So you have a very easy trades on scalping in that scenario. But if you keep going and triggering your trade 9:16, 9:17, premium moves up like anything. So that's not the good place to scalp.